Guys, it's your boy TDOG, and I'm back with something a little different. So I got like a copyright strike the other week because YouTube no liking me putting music up. So I have to do something different, but that's okay. I got other ideas, other passions, other things I like, and this try to do. Yeah, but I got backup plans. So this is gonna be a little different. This is gonna be telling you game recommendations. All I've been doing lately in this lockdown, these hard times, is playing games. Games are good. Games are good stuff. And some of my current picks of 2020, some of the best ones I've played, some of the best things I've gone through. And here they are. They're right here. Boom, boom, boom. Grab your little boys. Right here they are. Right. So the first one I'm going to start off with, because I don't have it on me, I lent it to my friend, and lockdown kind of had to get it back, and I know he's still playing it. So the first one is Last of Us 2. Last of Us 2, Part 2, Last of Us number 2, number dos. I think that won Game of the Year this year. I think it definitely did. It's really, Last of Us 2 is really long. I know most of you probably played the first Last of Us, absolute masterpiece. Got remastered on the PS4, I've also got that on my original PS3 copy. Last of Us 1 and 2 is a PlayStation exclusive in case you've never heard of it, but I'm sure most of you have. So, yeah, Last of Us 2. It took me a really long time to finish that game. It's the same as the first one, just built on top, extended, added stuff, more open spaces between the story, and phenomenal art. It's a pure example of story-based game telling with great combat, characters, like thing you care about, zombies, all that's it's absolutely phenomenal. I did feel as I was playing it, because some of these games I finished and some of them I haven't, by the way, so I'm just letting you know that. But this I have finished. Um, as I was playing it, I'm wanting to wander around and make sure I get all the extra bits to help me and make sure I got everything unlocked and stuff. I did feel at certain points in the game, other than cutscenes and stuff, it did drag a bit. Like they were actually, this is a long game, and there were a lot of action parts, but then a lot of other bits I thought were just very draggy and slow, but it was for character building and storytelling, so that I understand. But compared to the first one, I don't know. I do really like it. Is it better than the first one? I don't know. I think it's more opinion. I think they're both better for different reasons, and it's incredibly. I'm not going to spoil it. It's incredibly sad at parts. It's lifting. I feel like it did deserve Game of the Year. I think, what, compared to some of the other ones I've got here on the list, I think that I'm not arguing with it winning Game of the Year. It is a masterpiece. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. Probably out of another possible competitor, the best looking game I've seen of this gen and this year and maybe past couple of years actually. So yeah, with that out of the way, the next one I got on my listy boy is Doom Eternal. Doom Eternal is a sequel to the 2016 reboot just called titled Doom. Doom is a very old game. The original Doom came out in 1993, I think, and they carried on with the second one, a third one, an expansion to the third one, and then they rebooted it in 2016 with just Doom, and they just completely changed it. And I said, is it for the better or for worse? I don't know, but I like both. I love both. The originals are like horror, thriller, action, scary based, but the reboot is fast paced, action, quick, hard shooting, bang, 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 bang. Demons, colourful, bright. They've kind of ripped away the horror aspect and replaced it with guns blazing, crazy, just go murder, everything, ridiculous size, small size, demons of all sorts of things. But this year they released a sequel, Doom Eternal. Absolutely, phenomenal game. Absolutely phenomenal. This is on Xbox One, PS4, and it just got ported to Nintendo Switch as well. And I'd love to play the Switch port of Doom and Doom Eternal. I haven't played them, but it just got booted to Nintendo Switch in a port. Amazing. This took me a long time to finish, not because the game's long. It's a standard length game, loads of extra bits to do. It's because it's really hard. It's really hard. I cannot tell you how many times I died in this. I lost count. A classic game that makes you frustrated and stuff. This is a hard ass game, and I play on medium most of the time, like just standard normal difficulty with games. This is hard, but as far as action and entertaining and fun, definitely a good choice. I highly recommend it. You just go to hell, you kill demons. That's the easiest way to explain it. You got a sword that's like made of energy from the devil. You got loads of different cool guns, upgrades, and you just kill loads of different demons. That's a pretty good way of explaining it. It's fun, it's entertaining, it gets you frustrated. There's puzzles. It's a classic example of an amazing first-person shooter. Really, it's very fast-paced. I finished it. There is an expansion season pass. There's 2 campaign DLCs. The first one's out right now. I haven't played the second one, but I'm going to be getting a season pass soon because this is phenomenal and I want to play more. And when it's on sale, I'll be getting a season pass. But highly recommend it. And also, these are not in order. These are not in order because if I took time having to think which one was best, oh my god, it's too strenuous. And I love them all differently for different reasons. So, just to double check, the other game I haven't got physically because I bought this game digitally because it was really cheap and I wanted the season pass. Borderlands 3. Oh, if you guys love RPGs, constantly playing something, Borderlands 3. I'm a big fan of Borderlands. I didn't love them, but they were really fun, really good. Constantly can play them, but the third Borderlands is by far my favorite Borderlands. And if you like RPG, continuous hunting, leveling up, open world stuff, Borderlands 3 is for you. It's funny, serious, entertaining, loads of action, loads of side missions. It's brilliant. I bought the Super Deluxe Edition digitally on the store, and I do prefer having physical copies of games, but sometimes if it's on deal, then I'll get it digitally. But I'm the classic dude. I want my physical copies, you know what I mean? But they released the first. I finished the game. That is quite long itself too, and I haven't done a lot of the side missions. There's so much to do. A lot of these games are massive RPGs with so much to do. It's going to take me a long time. That's why I haven't trying to get through all these and knowing how intense and in depth they all are. It's taking me a while. But yeah, the first season pass came out. It came with the edition I bought, and it's 4 campaign DLCs and that, and they're like hours long. And they don't cut on the single player quality, which I absolutely love. I love playing the game on and on and on and on with new stuff. I love it. I haven't started it. I finished the main game. Phenomenal. I'm starting the first campaign now, DLC campaign, excuse me. And then they did just announce a second season pass for another 4 campaign DLC. So there's 8 altogether. And I haven't bought the second season pass. I didn't know they were doing the second one. So I haven't even started the first one. So that is a lot of detail. If you like colourful RPG, bright shooting, loads to do worlds and stuff like that, Borderlands 3 is definitely the game for you. I know Game are selling the standard version for like a tenner right now, so you pick that up. I'm telling you, pick that up. You won't regret it. It's a brilliant game and probably one of the best in the world games ever to play in co-op or multiplayer, 100%. But playing on your own is fun as well. That's what I do, you know, on occasion and stuff like that. The next one I got is WWE 2K Battlegrounds. Now, I know a lot of people aren't huge wrestling fans. I'm a massive wrestling fan, and they skipped over doing a main wrestling game this year because 2K20 last year was really bad and did not do well, and they're trying to resort everything out this year. So they've just done a classic little arcade playing game. There's not much into this game. It's straightforward. There's not much to it. It's fun. It's just cheap. It costs hardly anything. It's like 20 quid. Literally, it's a fun arcade, fun game to play with your friends. Unlocking stuff the classic way, unlocking characters, suits, make your own. There's a story mode in it. It's fun, it's crazy, like unrealistic moves. You chuck them everywhere. There's crocodiles, there's bats, there's coffins, there's explosions. It's a crazy little arcade game. There's nothing much to say on this because it's quite limited, but hence that's why it's £20. It's really, really fun to play with your friends. It's the type of game I'd get on Switch because that's why I mainly have my Switch for. Pokemon, Zelda, you know, the fun, cooperative, all games you can play in your own with the family. It's a family playing co-op game. It's really fun. Play with my friends and stuff. I do recommend if you want to pick something up cheap and just play for fun, which you don't have to focus on. You can just stick it in, play it, and not worry about what's going on. Just perfect example for a game there. Oh, where do I start next? Right, I'll start with this. Oh yes, I'll go the Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Now, I am a massive Viking fan, and I know a lot of my friends know that. I was waiting for this game for a very long time. This is on PS4, Xbox One, PS5, Xbox Series X, PC, and with Assassin's Creed I feel like is really, really it's See, the last two, right, the Egyptian one and Greek one, it's really different. They've gone a lot more RPG, strayed away from the assassin storyline. It's more just focusing on the theme rather than it being to do with assassins. Um, Origins and Odyssey were good. I'm a huge fan of mythology, and my favorite mythology is Norse Viking mythology. It is, and I really do like this game. I've gotten more into the itch of the RPG. It's the same thing. It's an open world RPG like Witcher, Skyrim. It's exactly the same. They've improved it, and I couldn't really get into the last two. I did play them. I liked them, but not the same as the old ones. I just preferred the old ones. You know, like classic Ezio 2, Brotherhood, Black Flag. I really like Black Flag with the pirates, and but this one, you know, the Vikings, I'm still only like a quarter of the way in. It is so in depth. It's a 33 quid season pass with like two campaign expansions. One you go to Ireland to fight druids, and another one you reenact the Paris invasion, which the Vikings did in real history. And there's like also a mission with Beowulf and stuff like that. It's phenomenal. And I mean, Viking culture history, you can be a man or a woman, you can edit your beard, your tattoos, everything is great. The combat is slightly changed. I prefer it now. They've tweaked all the things I wasn't a fan of and made it better. And the fact is, Vikings, man, is brilliant. If you're a fan of Assassin's Creed or Vikings or an RPG game, this is the game for you. This is, like I said, I can't say too much more on it because I'm only a quarter way in, and there's so much to do. There's so much to do. You can dual wield different items. You can have a shield. You can have two shields. You can have an axe and a shield. You can have a sword and a shield. You can have two swords, two axes. You can all different things. And there's so many side missions, so many things to do. It'll take you time. And if you want an in-depth, awesome, crazy magic story with Vikings and stuff, that is the game for you. I highly, highly recommend Valhalla. Definitely one of the best Assassin's Creeds. And I feel like they're getting back in their stride, and I'm happy with that. So, what we got next? Star Wars. I love me some Star Wars. Star Wars Squadrons. They not long released Jedi Fallen Order a year ago. Amazing. Showing me that EA can do a great single player game. This is also single player. Again, I've only played a little bit of this. This is quite cheap as well. I think it's about £25. This is on PS4, Xbox One, and Switch as well, I believe. And upgradable like into backwards compatibility with the new gen Xbox Series X and PS5. Also PlayStation VR compatible. VR makes me sick, so I can't do VR. But yeah, I like it. It's all canon as well, connected, set just after, I believe, just after the end of Return of the Jedi. You know, when they destroyed the Death Star. Fun. It's obviously just a piloting game in action, so all in space and stuff. You can be the Empire and the Rebellion. It's all story based. You can edit your character. There's loads of different things they've made to add to make it more in depth, like you're an actual pilot. The combat's good, straightforward, very cheap too. It's about £25, I think, on Amazon or something like that in the shop. And it's brilliant. I don't think it's that long. I'm about quarter of the way in. It's fun. I love everything Star Wars. I'm a huge, huge, huge Star Wars fan. It's great. And yeah, it's really fun too. It's multiplayer. I've been having, the only thing I unliked, because, you know, with EA games, you always have to like log into your account. And I've been having trouble with mine. It's been blocking mine. I'm not sure why, so I can't really explain the multiplayer side. That's the only downside that this put me off. But it does have a great campaign, which I'm playing through right now, and it's brilliant. It's brilliant. You should get it if you're a big Star Wars fan. Highly recommend. Now, what else I got here? Aha! This is a bad boy. Mafia Definitive Edition. Mafia 2 is one of my favorite games, and this is a remake of like 2001, the original Mafia, a flat out redone from scratch remake. It is brilliant. I love it. I finished it a couple days ago. It literally connects into the events of 2. The third one was alright, but it's a bit repetitive. No, second one is still the best. This comes close. This was a bit repetitive as well. It didn't have like the and the extra bits I liked in the second one, but it was still really good, and I did prefer it than the third one, so it's definitely second. And if you like gangsters, Peaky Blinders, you know, explaining the history and stuff, and knowing if you're a fan of the Mafia games, it's straightforward, like gangsters shooting, driving, you know, building your way up through the ranks of the, you know, the Mafia during like the 30s, I believe. And the ending blew me away. If you played the second and third one, you'd be like, oh my god, no, without giving it away, obviously. And it's great. It's really, really good. I loved it. It is quite straightforward though. Decent length game. Not much else to it though. Like it's not really that kind of game you necessarily replay over and over. It's very one side, very one basic. If you know what I mean. but worth playing. This was also quite cheap as well. I didn't pay too much for this, so that's not. It's a good pickup though, something to play, and good story linking into the second one. And they have released the Mafia trilogy, which is all three of them on PS4, Xbox One, etc. Definitely get it because the second one is my favorite, but this is a fantastic, gorgeous remake. I do recommend it. Now this one's a bit right. Avengers. Now a lot of people have been shitting on this, right? Because they've Square Enix, you know, a lot of people hating the loot boxes and stuff and making the whole thing. They're releasing loads and loads and loads of free stuff, campaigns. I'm still doing the main campaign right now. They've made loads of RPG stuff in it, and I'm getting used to it. It's not really my thing. I think it's because I'm such a big Marvel and DC fan. I am I like it. There's nothing I don't like about it. The combat is hard. It is hard, and I haven't quite played it with anybody yet, but this is an amazing game to play with your friends. And I got through all the problems. People were saying you don't have to buy the loot boxes, you don't have to spend money, you can unlock them. So that's why I didn't mind. The story I am liking. It is a bit repetitive. It is very repetitive. That is the only other problem. But because the story's keeping me intrigued, and the cool things you can edit if you're Iron Man about your armor and stuff, and the suits and gadgets you can unlock, I like it. I do like it. And they're releasing loads of Hawkeye, Kate Bishop, and exclusive to PlayStation, the Spider-Man DLC, which I can't wait to see what their version of Spider-Man is going to be. And they keep giving free stuff, so it's keeping me playing. I'm only like, I'd say over a quarter, but not quite halfway way through this game. I like it so far. I think it's great. You can play on your own. You can play with people. It's all optional. I love it. If you're a Marvel fan, you know you're going to love it. You can ignore the other bits, you know what I mean? But I really, really like it. You know, I can get through all those issues and giving it a go. I like the combat. I like the system. And getting used to the RPG bit. You know, it's a bit complicated at first, but you pick it up real fast. This is on Xbox One, PS4, and upgradable for backwards compatibility to PS5 and Xbox Series X. It's a bit thingy on PC though. I have played it on PCs. Ugh. Not very working well for me in PC, but I know a lot of the games lately are kind of like that, and the next one you'll know. But I do recommend this. If you're a Marvel fan, get it. It's fun to play with people. It's great to play on your own. There's loads of free campaign solo stuff to do to keep you playing. I'm still playing. I haven't even finished it, and I've already got a DLC campaign coming, and the Spider-Man one, and Hawkeye, and other superheroes. I love it. I'm a big superhero fan. I think you should get it. That's great. The next one on my list is the controversial bad boy, Cyberpunk 2077. Now, I'm sure you all know about this. If you play games, you're going to click on this. And if you play games, you probably know about Cyberpunk. It was like the most hyped game of like the past, 5 years, maybe longer than that. CD Projekt Red, people who made Witcher 3, one of my other favourite games of all time. One of the best RPGs I ever played. Made this bad boy. And you know what? I ordered this and then I heard about the criticism and stuff. This game sold 8 million copies in pre-orders before it was out. They made their money back before the game even came out. And then, even after they did the refunds, they still made their money back. Like, damn. You know what I mean? Not many games can say that. And I played it. I had the PS4 version. Because obviously people playing this on Xbox Series X and PS5 say it's alright. The PC ones had a bit of problems. But with the right updates and stuff has been. But then I was like, right, the Xbox One, I got the PS4 version. Mine works fine. There was a huge update. I guarantee that was the patch they released. I knew they were going to try and patch it. It's too important to. Mine ended up clocking in. It says 70 gig on the back, but with all the patches, updates and stuff, 109 gig is on my system. But I got an external hard drive, and I'm not going to lie, I have been bumming this for days. Mine works fine. There are small glitches, but nothing I can't get over. It's amazing. It is a great RPG. The things you can do in this game, the edits, the different things you can do. It's a 2-disc game on PS4. Don't know about Xbox. It's probably not on Xbox. They like shoving everything on one disc, but the stuff you can do in this game, the story, Keanu Reeves is amazing in this. So fun. I haven't quite finished it. I'm literally near the end though, and I know I am. There's loads of different endings. You can literally do everything different. You can play this so much. I know there's free stuff coming for it, especially now they're trying to compensate for the trouble they've had with it. But mine works fine. You know, with all the updates and stuff, I got through it. I love this game. This is amazing. This is a great RPG. I love it. The combat is good. I mean, it's a bit stiff. I had to edit it a bit. Getting used to the system. There's so many things you got to keep an eye on and edit. and change and upgrade. It is hard to keep up to date and stuff. The graphics, sometimes when you're driving or walking, it like still loads, because I think that's one of the problems. It's still trying to get all that detail run up like within the capacity of the consoles and stuff. But this is phenomenal. I've been playing this. I mean, this was the most, but my next game is what I've been playing a lot more lately. But this was the game I've been playing the most, and it's amazing. It's phenomenal. One of the best RPGs I've ever played. Think of like Total Recall, Blade Runner, guns blazing, driving, anything. You can do anything. That's literally what this game is. I do recommend it. Play things for yourself. I know it's broken and stuff. I probably on sale now, but the updates, I haven't had trouble. The fuel crashes and stuff, I've just reset it and it's alright. I know maybe I'm just lucky, but I love it. I think it's phenomenal. Definitely my favorite game so far. I think it's my favorite game because the next one is definitely close to it, and it's my last one. Now this one I've been playing for days and days. This came later than I had for Christmas because of delays, but I think this is the most close to Last of Us 2, the most gorgeous and perfect looking game I have ever seen in my life. Ghost of Tsushima. This is only on PlayStation, right? Made by Sucker Punch. They made Infamous, Infamous 2, Festival of Blood, Infamous First Light, Infamous... The third Infamous, what was it called? Second Sons, but there. Ghost of Tsushima. You play as a samurai during the Mongolian invasion. The bad guy is the grandson of Genghis Khan. You basically... Wow, I'm trying to think. It's gorgeous. It is the detail on the grass, the wind, your shadow, the horse, your armor, the sky, the wind blowing. You literally know where you're going by the wind telling you which direction to go in. It's the combat is phenomenal. The way you strike your blade and it removes itself from people's bodies. You can upgrade your armor, your swords. You have a little knife for assassinations. You can either choose to be a ghost and assassinate people dishonorably, or be a samurai and go up front and fight them. And there's different stances depending on your enemies to beat them better. And it is gorgeous. I'm obsessed with this game. This is genuinely the most beautiful game I have seen in so long. It looks phenomenal. I can't wait to see what this looks like on PS5 when I get the update and I get the console, because it looks stunning. Absolutely stunning. The combat is fun. The mission and stories is so interesting. A Japanese samurai game, I don't even remember that, and it's so interesting. The culture, the knowledge, it's really getting me into it. And it's different. It's so different, and it's one of the best games I've played in a long time. It smacked me. It is absolutely phenomenal. It's genuine. If you want a good story playing, beautiful game with great combat and something interesting about history and stuff, that is the game to get. That Ghost of Tsushima. This came close to me with winning Game of the Year, I'll be honest, with Last of Us 2, because I've been playing this for a couple of days. I don't know how far in I am. I feel like I'm not that far in, but I've been doing so much of it, and it is absolutely gorgeous. Open world. You got a horse. You got everything. You got stealth. There's straight combat. You got archery. You got gadgets and bombs, and it makes you feel like a real samurai, but I think that's the point. It is phenomenal, absolutely incredible. And yeah, that is my main choices for 2020. I think this year, those are the ones that really stuck up my head and the ones I'm still playing now. I probably will do another list eventually when I get the time and I feel like it, on my favorite games of all time. Like my favorite games of all time. I got a couple I'm looking at right now, which I know I'm not. So I'll do that another time. But those I highly recommend those guys for all those reasons and stuff. Until next time, your boy TDOG is out.